Well, it looks like the High Rollers are already warmed up since they just played in the last bout. Guns and Rollers are revving up their engines, and it looks like the skaters are just itching to line up there, Satine.
I would be too.
Now, if only we had some officials out there to help facilitate this wonderful bout we've got lined up. Wink, wink, nod, nod.
Dragon Lady, I think that they would just go ahead and play the game anyway.
They probably would. Preferences aside, we're getting some officials out there on the inside of the track. We're going to get this bout underway.
My mic is hot. I wonder if I can signal him.
Well, we've got our ref crew being led up by Helena Fuego with our stripes in place. Who do we have up first on that PBR jam line, Satine?
Looks like for Guns and Rollers, Rollerina.
Skating for the High Rollers, it's Honey Hellfire. We have our first whistle, we have our second whistle, and our skaters are all off.
First jam of the third game of the night.
It is a slow start from both of these packs, but we have Honey Hellfire breaking out on the outside and quickly getting lead jammer. Rollerina sifting her way through the back of the pack there. But Devastating Diva, the pivot for the High Rollers, is just sitting on her, pushing her inbounds.
Rollerina not giving up, staying inbounds after taking a block from the High Roller.
Penny Dreadful knocking Rollerina out of bounds as Honey Hellfire passes through for a full 5 points, putting the first points of the bout on the board.
Beautiful jam.
Devastating Diva sitting on Rollerina back in the pack, forcing her all the way, but now we are losing Honey Hellfire.
Looks like she'll be taking a trip to the Rebel penalty box.
Looks like she picked up a major black box, which is going to take her out for 1 full minute, leaving Rollerina out there on the track by herself wearing that star.
Rollerina still working on her initial pass. High Rollers making it hard for her.
Heidi Go Seek forcing her out of bounds there on the straightaway.
No pass, no foul.
And I must say, the High Rollers are building an impressive front wall there, shutting down Rollerina as they are killing time for their jammer to leave the penalty box. With Heidi Go Seek being the lead jammer getting sent to the box, that means we went the full 2 minutes there for that second jam. We've got returning alumni, Guts and Bolts, on the jam line for Guns and Rollers. She's going to be skating unopposed as the High Rollers Jammers is still serving out her penalty.
Oh, trying to hug that inside line, tripping up on it. Looking for a little assistance from her teammates. There are those High Rollers dominating the front of the pack. They've been doing that all night, Dragon Lady.
Guts and Bolts almost are making her way through the pack, but geez, I didn't even notice. Honey Hellfire left the penalty box, snuck through that pack, and got lead jammer. I don't know, Satine, I keep wanting to make a comment about Guns and Rollers' new uniforms as zebras, but that would be a little bit of a faux pas since we usually call our officials that.
Something about hot pink and zebra print.
gets my juices flowing. Up next on the jam line, Rec Deckard for the high rollers. Skidding against rookie GNR Mora Manipulator. Despite the fact that the skaters may be up on the line ready to go, we have to wait a full 30 seconds in between jams for lineup, and Mora Manipulator in on the inside is your lead jammer.
Exactly what Guns N' Rollers are looking for right now.
This is an excellent advantage for Guns N' Rollers as Rec Deckard, as high rollers jammer, went to the penalty box, leaving Mora out on the track all by her lonesome.
Mora getting a little assistance from her teammates, sneaking through the inside, picking up 5 in the sky.
She just swam through that sea of leopard print.
She made it look easy.
Both teams jockeying for position as we still only have one jammer out on the track there. Mora picking up the first 5 points for the Guns N' Rollers in this bout.
This is also her first jam of the night.
This is her first jam as a Guns N' Roller.
In the Memorial Coliseum.
And an impressive debut it is. Mora getting a big hit there from Sedusa.
And she calls off the jam.
Just as Rec Deckard leaves the penalty box, picking up 3 more points, leaving us with only 4 points separating these two teams.
Rockstar Energy Drink, the official energy drink of your Rose City Rollers. Proud sponsors, and we thank them.
On the Pabst Blue Ribbon Jammer line for Guns N' Rollers is Satra.
She's going up against new Wheels of Justice member Minstrel Psycho, 28 Days.
That's got to be one of my favorite names.
Slaughter taking a whip off of her teammate, trying to take the outside, but Minstrel quickly gets lead jammer and breaks out of the pack.
Excellent play by the high rollers.
Slaughter showing some quick feet, finishing her initial pass there.
She's trying to get back to that pack as fast as she can.
Minstrel Psycho trying to skate by on 1 foot on the outside of the pack there, getting knocked back to the back.
Oh my gosh, almost loses balance, keeps it together, picks up 4 points.
Minstrel closely looking at that pack, deciding when to call it off. Guns N' Rollers picking up 1 more point before that 4th whistle. Alden?
Rose City Rollers would like to thank the Orthopedic Fracture Clinic, the official sports medicine providers, for your Rose City Rollers.
On the Pabst Blue Ribbon Jammer line for the Guns N' Rollers, second time tonight, Guts and Bolts.
She is going up against Napoleon Blonabart for the high rollers.
First whistle blows, pack is off. 2 whistles, jammers go.
At least if they know what's good for them. Napoleon quickly getting that 2nd whistle, indicating that she is the lead jammer.
Dragon Lady, looks like high rollers tonight are really dominating that lead jammer status.
It is, and that's why they've only 7 points ahead there, dominating this bout score.
Guts and Bolts getting called off the track to the Rebel penalty box.
We've got Napoleon Blonapart picking up 5 points on that scoring pass. That means not only did she pass every Guns N' Roller blocker legally, she also lapped the GNR jammer, scoring her that 5th point.
GNR bringing the pack to a slow crawl.
Napoleon only picking up 4 points while she may have lapped the GNR jammer. She needs to legally pass every Guns N' Roller blocker, otherwise she is not going to get every single point.
Looks like she took a hard hit over there on turn 2. Didn't stop her. 5 points.
We lose Andrea Hooligan to the penalty box, and shortly after that, it looks like Dirty Ann Rotten will be joining her as well.
Who's number?
Napoleon quickly leaps the apex of the track with only 2 GNR blockers out there. That is the end of the jam.
Looks like Dirty Ann Rotten also taking a trip to the Rebel penalty box.
Probably. Hey, every time I'm in Selwood, I like to stop by Kay's Bar, the official watering hole and sponsor of the Wheels of Justice.
This jam is starting with Guts and Bolts in the penalty box.
Wreck Decker jamming for the high rollers, quickly getting sent out for a major back block.
Uh-oh.
Interesting enough, the only 2 GNR blockers on the track are their captains, Punchkin and Sugar and Vice.
That's right, high rollers dominating the pack right now with blockers.
Guts and Bolt getting pushed out of bounds there by Heidi Go Seek. Her 2 teammates trying to clear the way for her to finish her initial pass.
Guts and Bolt taking a hard chest block. Did not knock her down.
That is a testament to how stable she is on her feet, ladies and gentlemen. She has cleared the pack, and now, what a hard fight that was indeed.
And she has it to look forward to again, Dragon Lady.
Absolutely. The penalty box is slowly emptying out. That is going to give her a little more assistance as she tries to make her way through the pack once again eventually. High rollers collecting in the front of the pack, trying to make it as hard as possible for her to earn those points.
High rollers utilizing this strategy quite effectively all night, Dragon Lady.
Well, and the harder it is to make that lone jamper score points, the longer you're killing time for your jammer to get out of the backs, and we have Wreck Decker back on the track for the high rollers. Looks like we got Guts and Bolts earning 5 points on that scoring pass, and that is the end of your 2 minutes.
All the staff of the Rose City Rollers would like to send a huge shout out of thanks to Oaks Amusement Park, the official home of your Rose City Rollers.
I love the creativity of the Guns N' Rollers uniforms.
Have you seen a blue leopard in the wild, Satine? It's magnificent.
And you know I have a fondness for leopard print.
Obviously.
That would be Havana Good Time.
She's skating up against Mr. Psycho.
Oh, she's got some magical powers picking up lead jammer.
Well, that blue leopard print actually camouflages you on blue skate court, in case you didn't know.
Yes, it is evident.
Minstrel Psycho clearing her initial pass as well. Hurricane Sutrina going to the penalty box, and Havana pulling through for 4 points.
Looks like she just snuck in on that inside, smartly calling off this jam.
Looking for some amazing Southern fare, big eats, and stiff drinks? Try the Delta Cafe. Check out the coupon in tonight's program. The Delta Cafe, proud sponsors of your Rose City Rollers.
Andrea Hooligan jamming for the Guns N' Rollers. And Honey Hellfire for the High Rollers. Right off of that whistle, a little jammer defense. Almost out of the pack at the exact same time, but it looks like Andrea Hooligan has that big L pointing towards her. Guns N' Rollers have lead jammer.
Taking the signal from her bench coach, she smartly calls off the jam, not allowing high rollers to score any points.
Smart move.
Rose City Rollers would like to thank the Brews, serving up 6 and 12 packs of hits all day long, just like your Rose City Rollers.
Napoleon blown apart on the PBR jam line for the high rollers.
And Mora Manipulator for Guns and Rollers.
We've got high rollers sitting in the front, GNR sitting in the back of this pack. And
Mora picking up a black blocking major, taking a trip to the Rebel penalty box.
not to be outdone, Napoleon going to the penalty box as well.
Dragon Lady, what happens now?
I get confused. No, actually, since we cannot have a jammerless jam, as soon as the second jammer sits down in the penalty box, that is going to release your first jammer. However, the second jammer is only going to spend the same amount of time, and as you can see, we have an empty penalty box.
It's amazing how quickly that happens.
Napoleon blown apart out of the pack for her initial pass. Both jammers had gone to the box without clearing the pack, so that means we still need to determine, I don't know, if we want to score points or something.
It's kind of important in this game to score a couple points here and there.
I hear scoring points is good.
And there are 5 points right there for the high rollers.
Devastating Diva pushing Mora out of bounds time and time again, inside, outside, giving her a tough job there in the back of the pack.
She sure was, and I have a feeling she is not done with her yet.
Napoleon through the pack one more time, picking up 5 points as she loses her teammate Sedusa Destroya to the penalty box for 1 minute.
Picking up 5 more points. An amazing jam.
Impressive jam indeed by Napoleon blown apart. Magic?
Hey, the Rose City Rollers would like to thank The Tanker, one of our newest sponsors, Hawthorne's favorite ship-shaped bar, happy hour, 3 to 8 daily. That's The Tanker.
Third time on the Pabst Blue Ribbon Jammer line is Guts and Bolts.
Going up against Minstrel Psycho, the high rollers. Both teams down a blocker in the penalty box.
Making for some interesting pack formations.
And it looks like Guts and Bolts is getting sent off for a low block major as Minstrel Psycho earns lead jammer status. Low block means you hit your opponent somewhere around the knees or below, which is a very big no-no in roller derby.
Guns and Rollers dominating the front of the pack right now, keeping this game moving quickly.
Sugar and Vice rejoining the track. Minstrel Psycho picking up another scoring pass there.
Penalty box clearing out once again for high rollers.
That's going to give both teams full offense and defense force out there. But that's not going to slow down Minstrel Psycho as she picks up another set of points. Being in a power jam situation as Minstrel is deciding to run the full 2 minutes of the jam, trying to optimize the amount of points that she can be getting in this 2 minutes.
Oh boy, just as Guts and Bolts gets back on the track, she is sent back off into the Rebel penalty box.
Minstrel Psycho pawing at her teammates to get her through the pack as she gets knocked inbounds, knocked inside the track, excuse me, one more time, and that is your 2 minutes.
Get Fit Training, the official fitness trainers of the Rose City Rollers and home of the Hit to Fit 30-minute circuit workout. Thank you, Get Fit Training.
Ladies and gentlemen, it looks like we are in an official review. These are very important, keeping the game in line. I see speed bump here. He's getting some very necessary and important information from the middle of the track.
What do you got for us, speed bump?
We're just having a little conversation about Miss Guts and Bolts right now.
She's lovely,
she's been a
she?
very naughty girl in this 30-minute period. You only get 4 trips to the box in this non-regulation 30-minute period. And Miss Guts and Bolts is on number 3 already with a little over 11 minutes left in the period. So she's going to have to be a little more careful, clean up her act a bit, and stay on target if she wants to keep playing the last 10 minutes.
Well, if she were to hit that 4th trip to the box, that means she would be excused from the bench for the duration of this game, and her teammate will take her place in the box.
Dragon Lady, I have a question for you.
Shoot.
If this was a 1-hour game, 2 30-minute periods, how many trips would it be until a player fouls out?
You would then get increased to 7 trips, but like any good skater, you don't want to go to the box at all.
It's true. Even if the box is hosted by Rebel Jewelers.
Wreck Deckard jamming for the high rollers, quickly getting lead jammer status. It is tempting to go to the penalty box in our new venue. Those seats look really comfortable and cushy over there. As tempting as it may be, it's better to stay on the track. We've got Wreck Deckard picking up 5 points on that last scoring pass.
Angry O'Hooligan also taking a trip to those cushy seats in the penalty box.
Gina speeding up the pace of the pack without having their jammer out there. But lo and behold,
Guts and Bolts taking a block by 3B from High Rollers.
Guts finishing her initial pass, one little hop, skip, and a jump by Heidi Goseek. Now, with both jammers back out on the track, Wreck Deckard calling off after picking up 4 more points before Guts and Bolts can re-enter the pack, picking up any points of her own. Magic?
Hey, next time you're in the penalty box, try bringing home some Barefoot Wine or Bubbly, proud sponsors of your Rose City Rollers.
Are we having wine service in the penalty box now, Magic?
I would spend more time there if that was the way it was.
I think we all would. Cushy seats and wine will send me to the penalty box for sure.
On the jammer line for Guns and Rollers, my favorite outfit, Havana Good Time.
She's skating against Napoleon Bonaparte for the High Rollers.
Oh my gosh, jumping around High Rollers.
And everyone wearing green taking a spill out here on the right side of the track.
Oh, Dragon Lady, I think we're gonna get a full 2-minute jam here.
Oh my goodness. Well, that means that Napoleon, looking at those nifty hand signals I'm getting from the referees, that means she passed someone.
Back blocking major for Havana Good Time, trip to the penalty box. Positioning High Rollers in a power jam.
Napoleon picking up 5 points, and we've got a full 2-minute jam here. Punching going in for a good hit there. Bouncing off Napoleon as she picks up 5 more points.
High rollers doing a nice job keeping a steady pace for their jammer.
Guns N' Rolls losing Slatra to the penalty box now as well. GNR out there skating, 3 skaters strong. High Rollers doing a great job of paralyzing the pace out of the pack as Devastating Diva gives a whip assist to Napoleon as she picks up another scoring pass.
Havana Good Time sneaking through like butter. 4 points.
Just because you went to the penalty box doesn't mean you need to recreate your initial pass, so she was able to score points as soon as she left the track. Entered the track.
Rose City Rollers would like to thank Bridgetown Automotive, keeping our engines humming, and the Buffalo Gap Saloon and Eatery, John's Landing's favorite eatery and saloon, now featuring live boutcasts.
On the Pabst Blue Ribbon Jammer line for the first time tonight, Micro Blueser, 12 ounces.
She is skating against Honey Hellfire for the High Rollers. Honey taking the outside of the pack, quickly getting lead jammer as Bella Massacre is getting sent to the penalty box.
Micro Bruiser still working on her initial pass. Getting some assistance from her teammates. Taking a stumble.
High Rollers with the offensive advantage of having 4 full blockers out on the track there to GNR's. Oh my goodness, the penalty box is, well, we've got 3 GNR blockers out there. Micro Bruiser still fighting her way up through the middle of the pack there.
Micro Bruiser taking a bit of a beating out there by the High Rollers, but that does not seem to stop her.
Honey Hellfire clearing the pack for another scoring pass there.
Dragon Lady, I'm still loving those hot pink leg warmers.
Well, I think what's really impressive of all 4 teams tonight is there are so many new faces and new skaters out on the track filling our team benches as we had a large number of skaters retire, move on, or choose to go travel team only, which is a new policy for the Rose City Rollers this year, giving the opportunity of a lot of new talent to debut here tonight.
Honey Hellfire picking up 5 points on that last pass.
So with all of this new talent that you see out on the track tonight, skating for each of these 4 teams, that doesn't mean all of your skaters have disappeared. Magic, why don't you tell us about the next time we're going to see the Wheels of Justice?
Well, the Wheels of Justice, that's our all-star team, will be competing against Detroit Derby Girls on Friday, February the 4th at the Hangar at Oaks Park. Come out and show a little Portland pride over this nationally ranked team. Tickets are on sale now at rosecityrollers.com. And if you like those hot pink, hot green leg warmers, I bet you could pick up a pair at Sock Dreams, one of our official sponsors, and the hottest sock shop in town, maybe the only. Proud sponsors of your Rose City Rollers.
Well, it's the only sock shop I go to personally.
Me too. I'm wearing some right now.
Oh my, you are. I don't want to start seeing everybody's feet up here. That's okay. I'll take your word for it. We had a team timeout called here by Guns N' Rollers. Now, while the officials can call a timeout whenever they like and it can last as long as needed, teams only get a 1-minute timeout when it is called.
On the jammer line for Guns N' Rollers, Angry Hooligan.
And Rick Deckard for the High Rollers. Unreal Hooligan going down for a big hit there for Rick Deckard, but she jukes away, trying to take the outside, but get knocked out of bounds.
Oh my gosh. Unreal Hooligan falling over a High Rollers, taking a back block major.
She took herself out. She took out some teammates and took out a High Roller as well, and now she's going to spend 1 minute cooling her heels in the penalty box.
On those cushy chairs.
Nice hit there from Harajuku Girl, taking out Rick Deckard here, turn 4.
Guns and Rollers blocking hard out there.
As the night wears on, the hits get bigger, the falls get fallier, as everyone gets a little bit tired and just gets a little more into their game. Nice hit from Havana Good Time, knocking Rick Deckard to the inside of the track. Considering she was the last GNR blocker for her to pass, with Rick cutting the track, she is going to get sent out for 1 full minute.
Unreal Hooligan lacing the boot up the middle. Meeting up with some High Rollers up front.
Penn Dreadful forcing Honoree out of bounds there, and that is your 2 minutes.
Rose City Rollers would like to thank Yelp, Real People, Real Reviews. Check in with Yelp right now and tell everybody that you're at Memorial Stadium watching Rose City Rollers Derby.
Wilson team, we've got about 2.5 minutes left on this period/bout clock.
I am happy and sad. I am sad because there's only 2 minutes, and very happy because we have a whole nother bout.
Well, I know how I want to start off the jam. I want to hear from the jungle, a little support for your Guns and Rollers. There we go. I want it a little bit louder now.
Roll Arena working hard in the pack, looking for an assist from her captain.
That wasn't a bad showing from the jungle. Now let's hear it for the Players Club. A High Rollers jammer, Rick Deckard clearing the pack and getting lead jammer.
Roll Arena meeting up with a heavy wall of green up front.
No pack situation.
In a no-pack situation, that means that lovely Roll Arena got to go ahead and pass those girls and pick up those points.
Well, Rick Deckard picking up 4 points in that scoring pass, calling off the jam after that. Now, I gotta say, we've got about a minute left on this period clock. If we hit 0 in the middle of this next jam, that is not gonna cause this bout to end. Satine, when will the last whistle be hit?
When the jam clock ends.
Yep, or somebody calls it off.
Usually I look at Wench Warden and I just wait for him to tell me.
We've got Hurricane Katrina picking up lead jammer status for the High Rollers.
Harajuku Girl taking a hard hit on turn 4, but what I love about her is that she's got a beautiful smile on her face.
Harajuku Girl jamming for the Guns and Rollers, being very careful not to re-enter the track and pick up any cutting penalties. She is getting caught up in that impressive wall of green in front of the pack, which just opened up enough for Katrina to pass through, picking up another 5 points.
Juke girl taking a little bit of a tumble there. Looked like a pretty hard hit.
Her Katrina threw for another scoring point. Napoleon blown apart, having her eyes set on Harajuku Girl as the penalty box empties out in Guns N' Rollers' favor. Hurricanes Katrina trying to pass her way through this pack for one more scoring pass. Having a tough time of it as the ladies in zebra print are just sticking with her there.
Cutting the track major for Harajuku Girl.
And that is Hurricanes Katrina calling off the jam, bringing us to the end of the clock of bout number 3, the Rose City Rollers season opener scramble. And I got the thumbs up that this is our final score. High Rollers 135, Guns N' Rollers 22. Congratulations, Gangrene. And I want to congratulate the Guns N' Rollers as well, because that was an impressive showing by our animal print team of the evening.
Who do we have to look forward to on this next game, Dragon Lady?
Well, in our final matchup of the evening is going to bring the Heartless Heathers duking it out against the Breakneck Betties in one final 30-minute bout of the evening. But before that happens, we need a little team warm-up time.